Major funding for Storytime is made possible by a grant from Helen and Peter Bing, so that families everywhere can share the joy of reading with their children. Additional funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Storytime with Mickey. Storytime 24 Season 2 starring Kiefer Sutherland. I just recently finished watching 24 Season 2 starring Kiefer Sutherland. For those of you familiar with that show, it aired for 9 seasons from 2001 to 2014. In the show, Jack Bauer, played by Kiefer Sutherland, works for the government in CTU, aka Counterterrorism Unit. In the second season, a bomb goes off in LA, and CTU agent Jack Bauer detains a suspected terrorist alleged to be responsible for the bombing. The president is considering doing a retaliation strike to the bombing by sending the U.S. military to invade 3 foreign countries believed to be responsible for the bomb that went off in L.A. When Jack Bauer interrogates a suspected terrorist believed to be responsible for the bombing, he shows the suspected terrorist a Cyprus audio recording of a conversation between the suspected terrorist and someone else connected in a certain foreign country on April 5th. The suspected terrorist tells Jack Bauer that the Cyprus audio recording of his voice is not authentic and was faked, and that he wasn't even in that country on April 5th. Although Jack Bauer is skeptical at first and finds it hard to believe the suspected terrorist's word at first, Bauer later finds out that the suspected terrorist was actually telling the truth in this case, and then someone else who is behind the forged audio recording ends up assassinating said suspected terrorist in order to keep him from talking. Jack Bauer does not want the president to authorize the U.S. military to go to war based on false information, and also does not want the U.S. military to invade 3 innocent countries that had nothing to do with the bombing based on false information. Long story short, at the end of the second season, Jack Bauer barely manages to obtain a chip from someone right before they end up dying, and that chip Bauer obtains has the original source of recording before someone altered it and manipulated and forgot the audio, and Jack Bauer barely manages to stop the U.S. military at the last second from invading 3 innocent countries that had nothing to do with the bombing. Sound familiar? What's the point of this story about Season 2, you might ask? The point is, audio voice recordings can and do get forged and altered and manipulated and aren't always authentic even if they appear to be. Kind of like what Eric Zucker 3479 did by forging and manipulating a fake audio voice recording of the so-called interview, and kind of like how Jeff did the same thing with JD Miles in this video right here. Plus, this season is from 2003, which means even back then, it was possible for someone to manipulate and forge an audio voice recording, and today, with modern technology, it's become even easier. Now, I predict Jeff's response will probably be, a movie TV show is not real life. While that is true, there are many things that happen in movies and TV shows that can and do happen in real life, excluding, of course, making a bicycle fly like in E.T., or humans flying like in Peter Pan or Superman because of the laws of gravity. It's also ironic how Jeff's response is, a movie TV show is not real life, when it's convenient for him, but when it comes to someone successfully pulling off a difficult, elaborate prison escape, and without getting caught like in Animal Factory, then all of a sudden Jeff thinks a movie is real life, since he wants his gullible, easily brainwashed supporters to believe, with no evidence, that I successfully pulled it off in real life without getting caught.